I like your
And
lead in there. It's nice.
and we're on the air. Hi, everyone. We're so glad you're here today. We have a wonderful guest back with us, Mr. Earl Heard. Hello, Earl. We are so glad to have him back. So let me also introduce Marion, my co-host, Marion LaSalle. Say hello, Marion.
Hello, Marion.
I love it when she does that. We're bright and cheerful today and looking forward to more and more wonderful things to happen in our lives. And I know you are too. And this is our daily Reset for Success show. And we're live 4 days a week. And we love to come in and bring new guests that have wonderful things that can help us thrive and survive, if we will, in this time. And create better people within, better self esteem, better whatever. And today, Earl is going to be talking about his wonderful program. He has a TV series called The Boomer Connection. So, Earl, how about if you give us a little brief background on who you are and how you came to be the papa of the Boomer Connection?
Well, thank you, Marion. I mean,
Lady
I
New.
started my main business is I own a industrial magazine called BIC Magazine, and I've been doing that for about 37 years. But in the last 15 years, I've expanded into inspirational and faith-friendly books and movies. I've been doing movies and TV now for 8 years, and I'm 77 years old. And one of the when you get to be a senior, there's so many things you have to learn on your own. That well, there's so many seniors. Like I think there's 74 or 78 million above 65, about 110 above 55. So, well, what about TV show by seniors for seniors? So that's what I've been doing for the last 7 months.
Oh, and it's wonderful. We're on episode 3 now. When is that one due to air?
The next one is going to air on July the 25th on Channel 39. If you go on TV, if you have cable, I think it's like 305. But if you can, it's pretty easy to find. And it's going to be at 11 a.m. on the 25th on that Channel 39.
Yeah, and it's a Saturday, as I remember. Yeah, tell us who you have.
Right. It's
Yeah,
at
have you
11
got a
o'clock. That's
yes, 11 a.m. So tell us who the list there's. I know there's 4 people on that show. Can you give us a brief rundown on each of them?
Well, the 4 on the first show are uh, Kim Hedgewood. Kim is with a law firm that specializes in senior-related law,
Right.
trust, successions. She's got a very large staff. She's one of the biggest in Houston,
Oh,
and she's going to be speaking on information pertinent to seniors and caregivers that take care of seniors. And then the next person, who these are all heavyweights that know a lot about what they're doing. And the next one is John Hofmeister. John Hofmeister is the former president of Shell Oil, and he also and now he has a nonprofit group that helps educate people in the community about the importance of energy.
mhm.
And then I'm going to be on the third one, and we're going to be talking about the senior market, why it's important. Seniors watch TV about 4 times more than others, and why we're producing the program, but also the type people we want to interview. And the last person on that particular episode, which is series is 30 minutes long, is Termite Watkins. And Termite Watkins
Don't you love that name, Lady Low? Termite
he was a
Watkins.
champion. Yeah, he's anyway. He's an amazing guy. He was. We also interviewed him in my book, Rock Bottom and Back. But Termite now devotes his time to help and train. He has uh, a group called Fighter Nation, and he's taking people off the street, training them how to be men and women. You know, they train them both, and he trains all of them. It's a nonprofit, and he devotes his time to to helping these young people, and that's what we want to emphasize is, seniors. Best way to stay young and active is by participating, giving back to others, helping others benefit from our experiences. And so that's what the program's all about.
I love this program. It's by seniors, for seniors. And I think that we want more than just the bang, bang, shoot 'em up and the fast cars that are, driving down the road crashing. We seniors really want some good, solid content. We want to see what other seniors are up to. We want to see what's possible for us. And I think your show is perfect timing because we could watch a lot of different things, YouTube and TikTok and all the different things that are out there. But we really would like to have a show that's made specifically for us. And I think what you're doing, Earl, is so needed right now. We really need something to focus on. That's good.
I love that, Marion. Now, Earl, you found a niche, and I just think you're right on target, and it's brilliant. So we thank you for doing this. So tell us a little bit about your magazine. You said it was an industry magazine, and you're speaking of the energy industry, right?
Right. Right. In the oil and gas business, they have different sectors. You have the upstream where they drill the oil and, they find drilling. That's called E&P. And then you have how they move it. Once the oil is found or the natural gas, that has to be moved to places where it can be used and refined. And that's called the midstream. That's transportation. That can be pipelines, ships, barges. And then you have what's called the downstream section. And in that, you've got the terminals that store the oil, both crude and refined products like gasoline, diesel. And then that's the downstream. So you have refining, the chemical industry. And I also include terminals in there. So there's a lot of great magazines out there, but there was not one that connected all of those.
Oh.
And then I reached over and we got an audience in nuclear, pulp and paper, wind, solar, anything that's related to really kind of like fossil fuel, I guess.
I love that. In fact, I don't think I have ever heard it explained like that. That makes great sense. So, Marion, now over to you. I bet you've got.
Well, I'll tell you, for anybody.
Okay, so let me explain what's going on here. Earl, I'm so sorry, but we have such a lag that when you start talking, Lady Lou's talking, and so it's confusing to the audience. So let me just explain to everyone who's watching today that we're having a major storm, and it's causing a little lag time. So we'll do our best to not overrun each other, right? So one of the things that I want to know from you, Earl, is why you started this. Give us your passion, because I know you have it. Tell us what it is that's so passionate inside you that you needed to create this.
I'll tell you, Louise, I really appreciate that question. The bottom line is I've been to rock bottom and back. I had to start over. And when I was starting over, a lot of people really helped me. They gave me encouragement. They helped loan me money when they weren't sure they were going to get it back. And it's kind of like paying it forward. I've been very blessed. It's taken a long, long time, but I made up my mind probably 15 years ago that if I ever got successful, one of my top priorities was put faith and family first and help others through what I call media that matters. And so it's a passion for me.
Excellent. We have some people in the audience who are saying hello. And one gentleman, we can't see who it is because he hasn't given us permission yet, but he says, we also want to continue to be productive and to make a difference in the world. And that's what I hear from you, Earl. As I've gotten to know you, that's exactly what I know it to be true. That you want to make a difference in this world, and you know there's good people out there and they want to make a good difference in the world. And so you're giving them the platform to do that so that the rest of us can see what's going on. So thank you so much for doing that. What are your plans for the future? Do you have some more shows coming up?
Well, thank you for asking. Right now we're working on our getting the sponsors for this show that we're going to broadcast in Houston. But I'm also talking with, we've got a commitment from Cinedigm that owns the Dove channel. They want the show, and that's going to broadcast it into about 50 million homes. And so we're working through that. We hope to have it up in July. There's another inspirational, faith-friendly channel that's going to be broadcasting it there. I'm working with two others. One that have voiced interest is TN. That's the Trinity Broadcast Network. A lot of people are very familiar with it regularly. And they've also voiced the interest. And there's another one out of Ohio, but they have shows all over the country called TCT. And they're all previewing it now. So we're hopeful that this regional show will grow into a national and hopefully national broadcast.
Wouldn't that be nice? So what can we do as your audience and your supporters? What can we do to help us help you?
Well, the main thing we need right now is you've already helped and many others by recommending the people that have really great contributions. Our guests are excellent. The production being done by Provicom here in Houston, they're excellent. And but what we need now is more sponsors, and we need a bigger audience, and those go hand in hand. So a little simple thing: if the 16 people that's in the show would all promote it on their website, and then get their other friends to watch it. Let me say this: worst case scenario, I'm not going to drop this project if I have to, because my goal is to reach a large audience and change lives. I'm not doing this for the money. I never was. And if we can reach more people by putting it on like a YouTube channel and putting it for free, I'll do that. But I'm not going to do it right now because it's a major investment for us.
Yes.
I understand that. And we do see and hear and feel the passion that you have. Earl, tell us an interesting story about somebody you've had on the show so far. I can tell you one for me is the Sailing Angels. I just love that. I think that was in your first episode, and it was all about these nonprofit people, agencies who are taking autistic children on sailing yachts. And they're really nervous when they get on, and they're not sure what's going on. But by the time they get back, they don't even want to get off the boat. And I just love that. So tell us a story that you have about somebody that you've had on the show so far.
Well, there's so many. I did not have a lot of formal education. I did not graduate from college. I went as far as a junior. So I've learned from reading books and from interviewing and networking with people. And so I've been very blessed to really meet some very interesting people. And of course, through BIC Magazine, we've been interviewing people for 37 years. So I've met everybody from. I did a movie one time with Minnesota Fats, for example. I've been able to meet T. Boone Nicken and that all the Herb Kelleher with Southwest Airlines, and these people all had so many words of wisdom that I just want to capture it. There's we say that all great stories tell, and that's what I would encourage everybody in the audience. Keep a journal, put highlights of your life, because something good or bad may be able to help someone else have a more happier and more fulfilling life.
Fantastic. Well, I'm looking at your website right now, and I'm seeing some terrific names. So Dan Bawden, the owner of a nationally recognized home remodeling company, and it's called Legal Eagle Contractors. And I just happen to know Dan, and he is a very, very big supporter of seniors. He helps them stay in their home instead of going to a nursing home by making it senior friendly, like opening the doors so that wheelchairs can get in, and putting bars on in the bathroom so people don't slip and fall. And I know he was a great guest. Dan Bawden is funny, and he's kind, and he really loves his seniors. Another one that you're having on, I think it's episode 3, is Judy Blake. And Judy Blake is a family supporter. She helps so many families that are dealing with the grandmother and the parents and the children of autistic children. And so I just know that's going to be a fantastic show. Lady Lou, do you have any questions or thoughts on this?
Well,
Go ahead, Earl.
There's quite a lag time.
no, I was going to say in that next episode, which has already been filmed, we've got Paul Looney. He's with the second, I believe, the big church group from the Woodlands. He's a senior pastor and worked with him, and he's an authority on seniors. And you mentioned Judy Blakey and Dan. Every one of these people, and Marion, you were in that one too. Every one of these people really has so much to contribute. And it's like the best investment I know. There's so much, I won't call it trash, but there's not a lot of inspirational and faith and family friendly movies. My wife and I usually watch almost a movie a day. And because there's so poor material on television, sometimes we'll go and watch movies that's 30, 40 years old. The other night we watched Tammy, for example.
Oh,
We just like wholesome material, and it's bonded us closer. By the way, my wife Bodie and I have been married 52, and she is very, very. And I'm really retired now from my main business. This is all I do.
Fantastic. Lady Lou?
Well, Earl, we are so delighted that you're here with us and to tell the folks about this program. And you did mention that Marion is on episode or in episode number 4, which yet to be aired. So we're real proud of Marion too, and the fact that she's such a giver.
You know what? I'm on the website, boomerconnection.tv, and I'm seeing, what they're saying about everybody. You know what they're saying about me?
I want to
That
know.
I'm a boomer influencer. Yeah, how about that? That's a good one.
Uh,
Well,
so,
I'll tell you, and she's mentioning but she is mentioning your program, and I'm impressed with what you ladies are doing. I'm learning about, how to do this, use some of these technologies that I did not know. That's just another example of, we as seniors, the one thing that keeps us alive and well and have a longer life is to continually be learning.
oh, yes.
When you stop living and stop learning, uh, and it's going to affect the way you're around the family. I just watched a TV show on happiness recently, and about 40% of our happiness is uh, because of our attitude and mindset and what we're doing, and that's what we're trying to encourage with not just this TV series, but all of our TVs and movies and books.
That
It's interesting you should say that, Earl, because one of the people, the people who are around you that are supporting you in this effort, one of them is Hyatt Ives, and we've had him on the show before, and we just love him. Talk about a happy person who's got a very good energy about him, and he's just happy to be alive, and he's happy to promote you. He's happy to support you. He's happy to support the seniors. And he just makes things happen. I just watched him over a period of about 2 months, just making connections and putting people together. It was just a wonderful thing to see. So I love the people that you have surrounded yourself with. They're happy, they're supportive, they're just all for you, Earl, and it shows. It really shows. Good job.
Well, you're right. You mentioned earlier about people working together. I've written some very good articles in the past and in BIC Magazine. If people see some of those articles about the magazine, they can read it for free anywhere in the world at www.bicmagazine.com. But I've written a lot of articles about networking. Matter of fact, there's one of my TV videos on Vimeo is about networking and becoming a better person, uh, getting along with the boss. And, I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, and I'm trying to help others in the future avoid some of those mistakes.
Tell us a mistake that you made that you want others to avoid. Give us one of those mistakes, if you don't mind, because we want to avoid them.
Well, I'll tell you two that changed my life. First of all, I was always a believer, but I was not a follower of Jesus Christ. And that all changed when I had a near-death experience over 20 years ago. I was mugged, left for dead, and I started praying to the Lord to let me stay alive, and I would change my life forever. And that's what I did. I was able to live, and immediately I started going to church regularly and started tithing. And the other thing is family. Faith and family first, really, what I say. And I'm so glad you asked that question, because there was a time in my life where I was so wanted to succeed so much that I put faith and family second. And I haven't done that in the last 20, 23 years. I've put faith and family first. And my business is, it actually, since I started the TV and custom book, our business has quadrupled. So I know giving back is the way people get ahead.
Amen.
Yeah, given you shall receive. Well, Earl, talking about receiving, I know you're looking for sponsors for these shows. How do people just go to your website, BIC Media Solutions? Can they contact you through there about becoming a sponsor?
They can, if they go to big boomerconnection.tv,
Oh, okay.
there's contact information, and the individuals can get in touch with Hyatt Ives or me, and we'll take care of sending them all the information. We have it all in a nice email, and it also has a synopsis of the marketing campaigns that are available about the people, each one of the people that's being interviewed, and we can send anybody that if they'll just reach out to us.
So I'm sure there are levels of sponsorship, which will all be included in that package, but it would be a fantastic show to be connected with for almost any business or industry, wouldn't it?
You want to take us out, Lady?
Well, this could really be a big show nationwide. And what better time than right now when you've got all this turmoil? You've got oil prices are down. People are looking for things to do. They're not traveling as much. What better way to invest time than with wholesome television and media?
I agree.
And that's what I'm hoping we can convey to a much larger audience. We've got, wife and I, the news is so down, so negative. We kind of have a limit on how much we'll watch. We want to stay involved and know what's going on, but about 30 minutes a day spread out over a whole day, that's enough for us.
I agree. Well, thank you, Earl, for being here again. We've had him on before and had a wonderful show. And today we've learned so much more too, because we think you're the tops and we're ready for everyone to help support your show and you and what you believe, because so many people believe as you do, and we honor that. So we expect big things to come from this show and great sponsors and all that stuff. And we'll be watching no matter what. So thank you again, Earl. We appreciate you being here. And
bye for now.
And thank you, Marion. We thank everyone.
Thanks to both of you, and
thank
bye.
you. Bye-bye.
See you later.